You know, this review is long overdue. So what are we waiting for? Let's do this. Hey, how you doing? Thanks for joining me. And yeah, you heard that right. This review really is overdue because if I'm being perfectly honest, I should have jumped on the chance to do this review and buy one of these when it first came out, right? That would have been the good YouTuber thing to do, right? Well, I didn't do that. And then I ended up buying it a couple of months ago, only to end up stopping production on the video because I had a whole bunch of issues. And, you know, what can I say? So, but now we're here, so let's do this. Only we're going to do this a little different because I've had a little bit of time with this guitar, and this guitar doesn't need some of the attention that we do around here. We don't need to take a pick guard off to see what's inside, right? You know what I mean? And that kind of thing. So we're not going to do some of that stuff. When I first got this guitar, I wanted to go all Glenn Fricker on this thing, okay?
What the fuck is that?
But then I thought better of it because this guitar has so much going on as far as specs go, as far as design goes, and everything about it kind of says it's not the piece of junk I would be portraying it as if I just ripped it apart. Don't worry, we're still going to hear it, all right? I want you to hear what's going on with this guitar, and we'll talk about it. We'll go over the specs. As a matter of fact, let's go over the specs right now. As you see, this guitar has a reverse 6 inline headstock. We have a set of 21-to-1 locking tuners, and these tuners are really nice. These are some sweet tuners, really. For a guitar that I paid $170.99 plus sales tax for, that's crazy good, okay? The tilt back headstock means that we don't need string trees, okay? And because we have a string through body guitar with just a basic bridge, we don't need to have a bone nut or a graphite nut or anything like that. I believe this one is plastic. I couldn't find any listings, anything mentioned about it at all, but I think that's plastic. Take that with a grain of salt, okay? The neck itself is maple. The fretboard is rosewood. We got 24 frets with rounded ball ends. The fretwork on this guitar is really, really nice, okay? And the fretboard radius, I believe, is 14 inches, so it's pretty flat, okay? The profile on the back is D-shaped. This is a modern D-shaped neck, okay? And it's a nice neck. It's gonna, if you're used to the modern C, it's gonna feel a little meatier in your hands at first, but when it comes to front to back, it's about the same. And when you get up here, it's actually a welcome change because it feels a little bit wider and a little, because of that flatness, you can actually get a little more comfortable. You'll see, if you're playing the way you're supposed to play, if you're using the proper hand position and all, it's actually very comfortable. So the whole neck is painted the same color as the body and the back of the body. You're gonna have to take that for what it is. I like the fact that the whole thing is painted this way. I'm not super particular about finished or unfinished, but if this ever becomes an issue for me, it's not a big deal because all I gotta do is take some 600 grit sandpaper and run it up and down here for about 5 minutes with the guitar sitting in my lap, and it'll be good, right? It'll be nice and smooth, and if at all faster, sure, it's a bonus. Anyway, the body is mahogany, which is nice. It's not a full thickness body. This is about 3/4 thickness, all right, which is very noticeable when you pick this guitar up because it's light, okay? The guitar style doesn't have horns, so you lose a couple of pounds right there, it feels like, and then the thickness, that's like 1/4 inch or so. That saves like at least a pound right there. So this feels relatively light. It sits relatively well balanced. This is the seating position, and it feels nice in the seating position. The tips, I noticed the tips are tapered ever so slightly. They come down like this, and so it's not quite a flat top because it does get thinner on the top. Cavity on the back is decent size for having one volume and one tone. If someone wanted to, they could probably fit another control in here. Excuse me, I said volume tone. That's actually volume and a three-way switch. Okay, so the specs on this guitar are really good. This is meant to be a heavy metal guitar. The pickups are higher output and they have Alnico 5 magnets. We're going to check to see just how hot they are in a minute, and we're going to hear it as well. All right, and after that, I'll let you know my opinions on this guitar. But before I do that, do me a favor. If you get anything useful out of this video, hit the subscribe button, because that really does help out the channel, and it really does send the algorithm the message that you like me and you like what we do here, and helps me be able to do more. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, let's get on to hearing the guitar and checking out the specs. That sound test really left something to be desired, because as soon as we hit the dirty tones, the grounding issue reared its ugly head, and it was noisy. In case you weren't sure what was going on, in position 1 in the bridge, we were having the most trouble, the loudest noise coming out of this thing. Can't even play over it. In the middle, the volume was cut in half pretty much, and then in the neck, it's fine. This kind of thing tells me that it's probably a grounding issue with something in the bridge, because you got a painted bridge here. And in this kind of guitar, they usually run the grounding wire under the post. And if the bridge is painted, the post is painted. If the post is painted, the grounding wire doesn't touch any metal. So I'm going to have to pull this bridge off and get to that post and grind it down so that when I put it back, it's metal touching metal on there. And that should fix that. Fingers crossed. That should be in another video. But out of the box, that's fatal for this guitar, okay? Because this guitar is a V. Vs don't sell like Strat style body guitars do, or Les Paul style guitar bodies do. They're not a go-to, you know. They're not an instant reach for. It takes a specific person. Right? Like this, got to be a metalhead all day, this design. So that limits your pool of potential people, right? Your potential players. And then you have a grounding issue on top of that. That's automatically a fail, because this guitar isn't being picked up off the rack at a store. It's being picked up off the rack at Amazon and sent through the mail. And the people who buy through the mail aren't professional players. They're either first-timers themselves, or people buying for someone who wants to be a first-time guitar player. And those people, they're just average consumers. They have an issue with something, they send it back. Done. Couple of the grounding issue with this body style, this guitar just goes right in the garbage a lot of times. And that sucks, you know, because it's actually a really good guitar. Leo James did a good job with this guitar. We got all the right specs. We got the mahogany body, we got the 21-to-1 locking tuners, the tilt back headstock, which is a nice combination of, in my eye anyway, a nice combination of the banana style headstock and the one Gibson uses on some of their Firebird guitars, right? Similar to that. I mean, not with that whole backwards horn thing, but some of you guys out there know exactly what I'm talking about. Anyway, they built a really good guitar, spec by spec. The pickups are good. It's just that one fatal flaw, and it's sad because it's something that they could have avoided at the factory if somebody had just remembered, oh yeah, wait, we're painting the guitar parts. We're going to need to expose some metal on some of these parts to make sure that these guitars don't have grounding issues, right? But hey, what do I know? I don't work in the factory, right? But, you know, I mean, if you want to buy it, I say go for it. Just understand that guitars like this, they do have potential concerns because they're mail order guitars. Although right now, I don't think you're going to be able to buy this on Amazon. At last I checked, this was sold out because it was down to $171. And it finally had sold out. That's why I got one. But they still have the kits, the Flying V. Well, I don't know that you would call this a Flying V. This is the Swifter, right? So they still have the Swifter kits. So if you want one, you can always do that. Do me a favor, if you've made it this far, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, consider becoming a member, okay? And look out for us, look out for me when we go live, because I'm doing that fairly often lately. And we get to hang out and talk guitars. We listen to some other people's first time music and stuff like that. So, all right, and we talk about what's coming up in the future for the channel too. All right? So that's going to do it for this one. You've been awesome. I've been RJ. Until the next one, take it easy.